Asterisk for 2 years, she refused to smile in photos. Not because she was shy, not because she was unhappy, but because she was terrified of what people would see when she opened her mouth. Gums that had pulled so far back they exposed the roots of her teeth. A smile that, in her own words, made her look like a skull wearing a human face. Her dentist had told her the same thing 3 visits in a row. Gum tissue, once lost, does not come back. There is no reversing it. Manage it. Slow it down. Accept it. She accepted it for 2 years. Then she stumbled onto something that changed everything. Not a miracle cure, not a hack, but a body of scientific research that the dental industry had quietly been sitting on. Research that suggests the human mouth has a far more extraordinary capacity for restoration than most dentists will ever tell you. Today, that research is what we are going to talk about. Because the question is not just whether receding gums can grow back. The real question is, why are they receding in the first place? And the answer, backed by clinical studies from institutions like Harvard University, São Paulo State University, and the University of Otago in New Zealand, may completely change how you think about your oral health. Archaeologists have unearthed 2,500-year-old human teeth buried in mud and dirt, with no trace of decay, no significant erosion, no gum recession on the bone structure that once held them. 2,500 years. No toothbrush, no toothpaste, no dentist, no mouthwash. And yet, compare that to the average American adult today. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly half of adults over 30 have some form of periodontal disease. Among adults over 65, that number climbs to over 70%. We have fluoride. We have electric toothbrushes. We have $2 mouthwash and $40 whitening strips. And we are losing our gums at a rate our ancestors never experienced. Something is deeply, fundamentally wrong, and it is not our genetics. Here is what the science actually says. For decades, dental medicine has operated on what is called the germ theory of oral disease. Bad bacteria cause decay. Kill the bacteria. Problem solved. This is the logic behind antibiotics, antiseptic mouthwash, scaling procedures, and the chemical cocktails inside most commercial toothpastes. But within the last several years, a major shift has been happening in the scientific community, and it is changing everything. The Journal of the American Dental Association published findings stating that, in the case of periodontal disease, there is no single bad bacteria responsible. Instead, the determining factor is the strength and diversity of the good bacteria, the oral microbiome, and whether it is healthy enough to defend the gum tissue from attack. Think of it like this. Inside your mouth, right now, there is a war happening. Good bacteria act like law enforcement. They transport minerals from saliva to your teeth to support remineralization. They carry oxygen to your gum tissue to keep it alive and firm. They neutralize acids and protect the delicate tissue where your gums meet your teeth. But if those good bacteria are outnumbered, if the police force is gone, the tissue has no defense. It inflames. It pulls back, it bleeds, and it continues to recede. So the real question becomes, what is destroying the good bacteria? And this is where the story gets uncomfortable. The answer, supported by tens of independent clinical studies, is the very products we use every morning and every night in the name of oral health. Most commercial toothpastes contain sodium lauryl sulfate, a detergent compound so aggressive it is used in industrial cleaning products. It strips plaque, yes, but it also strips the protective bacterial film from your gum tissue. Studies have shown it disrupts the oral microbiome in ways that take days to recover from. If recovery happens at all before the next brushing, many mouthwashes contain chlorhexidine, a compound that, according to a 2020 study, eliminated so much beneficial oral bacteria in healthy volunteers that their mouth acidity increased significantly and their blood pressure rose with it. A rinse that promises to protect your gums, causing measurable cardiovascular effects. Sodium fluoride, artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sodium saccharin, propylene glycol, artificial color dyes derived from coal tar. These are ingredients inside products sitting on your bathroom shelf right now. Products your dentist may have recommended. Every morning and every night, you apply these compounds to your gum tissue. Every morning and every night, the good bacteria try to recover. And every morning and every night, they are wiped out again before they can reestablish the diverse, protective community your gums depend on to survive. This is not a conspiracy. It is chemistry, and it is documented. The good bacteria in your mouth do not just protect your teeth. Every time you swallow, you seed your gastrointestinal tract with approximately 140 billion microorganisms from your mouth. Good bacteria flowing downward support digestion, immune function, respiratory health, and even mood regulation. Bad bacteria flowing downward do the opposite. According to research published in the journal Science Advances, bacteria originating in the mouth can release toxins that travel through the bloodstream and reach the brain, potentially contributing to memory disorders and cognitive decline. A gum problem is rarely only a gum problem. If you have ever noticed that your gum issues come alongside sinus congestion, headaches, digestive discomfort, or persistent fatigue, this is why. Leave a comment below and tell us where you are watching from. And if you know someone who has been struggling with this and has been told there is nothing more to be done, share this video with them. It might change their life. Now, back to that question. Can receding gums actually grow back? The honest answer, based on the current science, is this: gum tissue that has been severely destroyed, where the architecture of the tissue is gone, cannot be fully regenerated without surgical intervention. That part of what your dentist told you is true, but here is what they likely did not tell you. The underlying cause of that recession, the bacterial collapse, the chemical erosion, the acidic environment destroying your gum pockets every single day, that can be reversed. And when it is reversed, the progression stops. The inflammation calms. The gum tissue that remains begins to reattach, to firm up, to recover its healthy pink color. Studies using specific probiotic bacterial strains have demonstrated something remarkable. Bifidobacterium lactis, a strain sometimes called the most nurturing probiotic identified to date, has shown in clinical trials the ability to significantly enhance gum pocket closure, helping gum tissue reattach to teeth and reducing periodontal inflammation. Lactobacillus reuteri, with over 220 clinical studies and results in approximately 19,000 subjects, has demonstrated the ability to inhibit the reproduction of harmful oral bacteria by as much as 86%. Even in a non-living state, it has been shown to accelerate healing by 46%. These are not vitamins. These are not herbal teas. These are scientifically identified bacterial strains with documented clinical outcomes, strains that repopulate the oral microbiome and give gum tissue the environment it needs to stop deteriorating. The challenge has always been delivery. Standard probiotic pills go to your stomach. By the time they arrive, roughly 96% of the live strains have been destroyed by stomach acid. Whatever survives has no practical way to travel back up to your oral cavity, where the problem actually lives. The science points to a different approach entirely, one where the probiotic strains are delivered directly into the mouth, where they activate on contact with saliva, colonize the gum tissue, the tongue, the palate, and the spaces between teeth before ever being swallowed. A soft probiotic tablet that dissolves slowly in the mouth, seeding the entire oral environment with targeted bacterial strains, while also triggering increased salivary production. The mouth's own natural defense mechanism represents exactly the delivery model the research supports. This is not a dental procedure. There is no needle, no drill, no recovery, period. It is as simple as letting something dissolve in your mouth for a few minutes each morning after brushing. For the woman who refused to smile in photos, it started with noticing that her gums had stopped bleeding. Then, that the constant metallic taste had faded. Then, weeks later, that her gums looked different, firmer, less exposed. She started smiling in photos again. Not because someone gave her new gums, but because the environment that was destroying her gums was finally, for the first time, being corrected at its actual root. If you want to learn more about how to restore your oral microbiome using the science we discussed today, the link is in the first pinned comment below.